English country, and today I'm going to New Zealand. And please thumbs up at the New Zealand every day, okay? And today we read lots of books. I mean 2 books to read. It's Magic Treehouse Story, Viking Ships at Sunrise. And we can start it for chapter 7, Rock Browns, and the end of chapter 8, okay? And one more time, start to reading about it. Some Marvin, Redpost, super fast, out of control. And we can just start it for chapter 7, still only Thursday. And the end of chapter 7, okay? And are you ready for these 2 book and 2 stories? Here we go. First, you can read Magic Treehouse. Viking Ships at Sunrise. Chapter 7, Frog Round. At the rocks, the seagulls still screeched, and Jack kept really steep in path and landing down the frog. Go slowly, Jack whispered to Annie as they started down. Oops, said Annie. She slipped and fell forward, bumping into Jack. My foot got caught in my sleepy dress. Shh, said Jack. He held on to Annie and he glanced at the pebbles and rocks around the cliff. And Jack took a deep breath. We've got to watch our breakings too, he whispered. And they got down the step path again. And they went one at a time. And the sound got raised against the rocks and grew louder. And finally they stopped on the flat rips of pebbles. Where are we? Whispered Annie. I don't know, said Jack. Oh, look, said Annie. She pointed to the score line. And the tall frog rolls and serpents close up the Viking ships. And Jack and Annie got closer in the ships. And the sails got down. Each of the ships had been tied to a jack and juggle rock. And there seemed being deserted there, beaming to ball the shadow with an axe. Oh no, what should we do right now? And Jack really wanted to check out the ships. Oh, or the Viking ships will be very, very, very awesome and very big and had dragons on it. And Bertie was afraid of wasting time. He'd better find a tree house, he said to Annie, and they took away from the 3 Viking ships. Oh, there are 3 Viking ships? So that means there are very, very, very many Vikings. And they'll be very, very, very surprised because there are 3 Viking ships. And they'll be going to Magic Treehouse and go home right now. And suddenly they both freeze, stopped amidst. They saw a group of Viking girls. The Vikings was looking at the top of the cliff. So that means they're looking at Jack and Annie? The long yellow hair dumped down from the brainets and iron helmets. And they are hurrying around in the wooden shelves and spears and axes. It looks like they're planning to climb a cliff, exclaimed Annie. We need to hide until they go, whispered Jack. When they can look for the tree house. Let's hide in the ship, said Annie. Good idea, said Jack. And they keep back to where the ships are tied. And Jack was happy to see the size of the smallest ship, but only very low. And they'll be easily for climbing over them. You go first, said Annie, and Jack rolled and rolled down shallow water. It was cold. He reached in the ship and grabbed on one side. He wants himself and the ship's stack. And the ship was jacked forward, and Jack looked at the sword. It was not 30 feet away. The ship was entering the rope and pulled and tied. The skirper frog up and rubbing up and down with in one vase. The frog and the moment of the ship was made Jack and Annie feel a dream for a moment. Annie forgot that the scare of a Viking. It's so cold, he said. Come on, Annie. And Annie started to ride the ship. Suddenly, they disappeared. Annie, said Jack. Oh, where is Annie? And her head popped out of the water. She splashed with her arms. It's deep, she gasped. My dress is too heavy. Use the rope, called Jack. Like when we climb rope that scraped from a strip to shore, that he held the weight when he began to inching along it. "Hold on tight!" cried Jack. I am!" gasped Annie. And she kept going, hands over and along with a rope tied to the ship. And when Annie got close to the ship, Jack reached out and helped her. As he pulled her in, the side of the ship dripped down. Then the rope, when sank, the Viking ship slid out to the sea. Oh no, then the Vikings will be very, very angry because their ship was down and out to the sea. Oh no. Now, they will be escaped. And now chapter 8 right now, Lost at Sea. And tomorrow we're reading for chapter 8. There's no tomorrow US English Country YouTube because I'm at the plane. So I don't want to everyone see me because it's very, very angry. And the plane will be very, very noisy. So tomorrow we not have a YouTube, okay? But tomorrow we see me, okay? At the New Zealand, okay? And now one more time, start the reading about it. So Marvin, Redpost, super fast, out of control. Chapter 6, still only Thursday. And Marvin sat on the stool of a kitchen. And he stared at the wall. He'd been sitting that way ever since he got home from school. He didn't know what he's supposed to do. He looked for him fair and eyed right down the circle right hill, or just stupid, like taking the drinks off a racing. They had, and sometimes the bravest thing you can do and stay with your friends. And he knew his friends wouldn't think he hadn't been brave. They'd think he was scared. They was right. They were scared for a school right here, but it might be smart. They'll be scared. And his father told Lindsay to stand up the fears. But circle right here was different than the thunder lightning. He could have hurled down the circle right here, thunder was lightning, and couldn't hurt Lindsay. No, that wasn't true either. He realized maybe thunder couldn't hurt her. But if he struck lightning, he killed her. Maybe Lindsay was right. And maybe lightning would hold it and dull the computer. Going down the Zechariah hill wasn't as bad as being struck by lightning. And he didn't think he was killed going down the Zechariah hill, maybe just breaking the arm and leg. Another kid was had ridden down the Zechariah hill, and he reminded himself and didn't got hurt. So another kid was happened to take the drums too. Just because another kid is something that doesn't mean you should do. If your friends jump up in an Empire State Building, it doesn't mean you should do. But Nick and Snort weren't jumping up an Empire State Building. And they just accepted from jump. And maybe his friends just forget all about a Zechariah hill nobody went on in one day at school. And on any mere talk about a swift release than with a light director, he never felt more confused in his life. And he finished for a gun protecting right for his bike. And he needed to know the brakes was geared cord. And he remembered the man with bikes had stopped welting for him never to use in front of a brake. And he was supposed to use and back brake for both brakes together. And he didn't try to stop using a front of a brake. They just make in front of an over on his head. And the front of the door opened. "Nay more," said Jacob. "Hiya, Marvin," said Nate. And the Nate was Jacob's best friend. And they drew the backpacks in container and they acted with a refrigerator. "I heard you going to ride a circle right here," said Nate. "Maybe," said Marvin. "You better not have been doubt," said Nate. "Some of the guys at that school said you're a baby, but you're the guys at school, you're a baby, but I'm stuck of you. And we're pleaded on the line. And Marvin didn't say anything. He couldn't be leaving the middle of the school that the kids was talking about him. A pony trade, third grader. Can I ask you a question? He asked his brother. Sure, said Jacob. His mouth full of cookies and pickies. How do you know which is front of and which is back? What? Said Jacob. Well, I haven't really ridden my bike a whole lot. How do you know which is brake for the front of an tire and which is a fore and back of the tire? And Jacob did his mum and the salads and a small full food. Right. Is back, left is front. He said, no, wait. Right is front and left is back. No, I think it was right was first time. Left is front, left is back, and the right is both, said Nick. No. Right is back and left is front, said Jacob. You sure, said Nick. I think so, said Jacob. I always took Marvin a moment of the future that front is right, and he knew he couldn't have time for spinning down a circle right hill. I really don't think about when I'm going to bike, said Nick. It just comes in nature. You don't want to be break your front of a brake, said Jacob. Your bike will be fully over. And Marvin nodded. You heard that before. Cigarette is too steep. It is probably being used to brake all the time, said Nate. What about the gears? Marvin asked. What about them? Said Nick. And do I make a shade of gears? Which gear will be used? A higher gear, said Jacob. Low gear, said Nick. And there's almost at the same time. Oh, Marvin was so worried about a circle right hill because Nate and Jacob said the front is right. No, the left is right. And the circle right is very, very steep like that. So, the Marvin will be very, very confused of that. And scared of that too. And low gear going up, high gear was going down, said Jacob, like that. And I thought it was high gear going up and low gear was down, said Nate. No, low up, high down, said Jacob. I don't really think about when I'm on my bike, said Nate. It was just common nature, and Marvin didn't think it was nature to him. He wanted to worry about gears coming down the hill, said Jacob. Their coats almost the whole way, but I remember to lean the turns. And Marvin didn't know what it means. You have to lean your bike and lay down from a shirt seam. Nate explained. Have you never watched an honestly race? And he leaned down over the whole time. And Marvin had never seen a Merkle right hill, and there didn't want to have any fancy riding. And he just wanted to get down the hill alive. I'm just going to try to keep my bike straight up, he said. You can't do that, said Jacob. You have to lean your turns. Otherwise, you'll slide off path, and you're going to over the cliff. It comes nature, Nate asked him. And Jacob and Nate went up in Jacob's room. And Marvin stayed where he was, staring at a wall. Well, it's only Thursday, he told himself. And he still had 2 whole days. And now, chapter 7, right now, Saturday. So that means it's going to ride a circle ride hill. And tomorrow is 34, tomorrow and tomorrow is 34, chapter 7. And the end of chapter 8, okay? And did it have fun? US English, country comics, and better books. This book and this story, okay? And tomorrow we see this book and this story. And this Marvin Redpost super fast out of control. We'll see tomorrow. And Marvin and lots of Marvin's friends and Jacob and Nick. And so lots of characters and Marvin Redpost story we'll see tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, okay? And this magic tree, a sparkling ship, the sunrise. So we book and story will we see tomorrow and tomorrow. And and some Vikings and Viking ships and Jack and Annie and so lots of characters and this book will see. See you tomorrow, okay? And these 2 book and 2 story will be tomorrow. Will be tomorrow, okay? And thank you for looking and listening.